Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video, and today's video is a weigh-in update because you know what it's like. Every Monday rolls around, I step on those scales and I do a weigh-in update. So I'm going to start calling my weigh-in updates car confessions because I think that's what it needs to be. I'm in my car, I'm at Asda, I'm ready to go in and do the weekly shop after meal planning everything. But I do think I need to start calling it car confessions because this is the place where I spill all my sins. Both what I've done during the week and then also Slimming World wise sins. So I think it matches for two things for definite. So as you can probably tell in my demeanour, the way that I'm talking, I've not had an amazing week this week. I've not been terrible, but I've just kind of been in a bit of a pickle, in a bit of a bind, in a bit of a mental block. And as always, I am brutally honest. If nothing, I am honest. So this isn't, I'm going to pre-warn you, this isn't the pep in my step, all motivational, yes, we can do this, we're on the weight loss train, it's amazing. This isn't that kind of vlog. It's raw, it's honest, it's what's going on in my head, and it's how this week has been, which hasn't been great. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying that it hasn't been great, that I've not stuck to plan. I have stuck to plan. However, I've had a huge, immense amount of turmoil just going round in my head. Obviously, I know over the last couple of weeks, I've talked about other issues, and I feel like I've made peace with those and put them to bed, which has helped amazingly. So that is really, really good. Getting it off my chest and talking to yourselves has really massively helped with that. And I feel like I can now move on from those thoughts and feelings. I don't need to dwell on them any longer, which is great. That's positive. The negative side, though, is that I'm just so confused, and I feel like I've got one leg that works and one leg that doesn't, and I'm just going round in a circle mentally. I'm just going round in a circle. And the only way to describe this past week that I've had is that I can't be arsed. I cannot be arsed at all. Sorry for the language, but it's literally the only way to describe it. So taking it a step back a little bit, there's like half of me that can't be arsed, and the reasonings why I'll get into in a second, because I have managed to figure out the reasonings why, thankfully, because again, I just sit with my brain and we have a little chat amongst ourselves, and I've managed to figure out the reasons why, and I might have figured out a way to combat it, but only time's going to tell, so we'll have to see when I get there. But there's 50% of me that is like, right, Andrea, you've put 1 stone 4 pounds back on from your 4 stone loss originally. You used to be 17 stone. I think I'm 14 stone 4 pounds, something like that. So what you don't want to do is that you don't want to undo all that hard work that you've done and put the rest of the weight back on and end up, which I think is around about 2 stone 10, and end up back at 17 stone Andrea. You don't want to do that. And rational me knows that. I don't want to do that at all. Yet the other side of me is just like, oh my goodness. So not only do I have to lose 1 stone 4 pounds to then get me to my 4 stone loss, I then need to lose a further 2 stone to get me to my target. What the hell? I feel like I'm stood at the bottom of Mount Everest looking up, and for me to reach target, I've got to climb this massive mountain and stick my little flag in the top, and that's how I'm going to claim target. And that is how mentally I feel like the journey I'm going on. I can't seem to see the fact that I'm still 2 stone 10 pounds down, which is great, but that's done, dusted. I've passed that now. I've got another 3 stone 4 pounds to lose to get to target. Now that's my new challenge, and that's my new Mount Everest. And that's the bit that I'm struggling with. That I've got all this hard work still yet to do. all this hard work. Yes, it could be worse. I could have the 6 stone to lose again, but I don't, thankfully. But I've still got a massive challenge ahead of me. And the reason why I can't be asked is because I'm just so bloody confused. Because I've done so many diets over the years, all of them have the pros and cons, all of them. You know, there's no one trick solution, one trick pony, whatever you want to call it. There isn't, because if there was, we'd all be walking around with a body like a god. We'd all be our ideal weight, because we could just do this magic diet and hey presto, we're at target. Brilliant. God, I sound so sarcastic. But that's not the case. That's not the reality. Everything has its pitfalls. And a lot of its pitfalls is your own determination and your own willpower. It is. And I know that's definitely what I'm struggling with, because like I say, I really want to get to target. But I just cannot be bothered putting in the effort. Just cannot be bothered. And like I've said, I've done a lot of diets. So Cambridge Weight Plan, for example, great diet to lose weight. Great diet. I am not going to say it doesn't give you the results. However, it is bloody hardcore. It is hardcore. You are on a really, really restricted amount of calories. Really restricted. You know, when you start the plan, you're on like either 600 or 800 calories a day when you start the plan. Obviously, you can increase up in the steps, but the higher you go in the steps, to me personally, I think the diet is harder, because then you have to start introducing normal foods, and then that's when temptation comes in. If you're on, say, like step 2, where it's just the 4 products a day, and so you're on 800 calories, it's so easy. Dieting is hard by itself, because then you've got to weigh and measure and everything like that. So that's hard by itself. So to add on the fact that you're on such restricted calories and then you've got to do all that makes it rock solid. So Cambridge has taken the hardness out of it. As long as you can stick to just your 4 products a day, then Bobby Dazzler, you're onto a winner. You will lose the weight. And that is what's good about Cambridge. What's bad about it is obviously, like I've said, very, very hard. You've still got to cook for the rest of your family, so you've got all those temptations. You start missing normal food like pasta and rice, potatoes. You start missing all the good carbs, cheese, you miss that. I didn't even really miss sweets and chocolates, because you've got those as substitutes as well, but I just started missing like fruit and just normal things to eat. So that's difficult. And with having that kind of diet where you're not having those fresh fruits and veg, your fibre intake is in your boots. So then you suffer with constipation. So then you feel like absolute shocking, because you're suffering with constipation. Plus your tummy is literally hungry, like starving. I mean, I've not felt hunger pains for the longest time, like years probably, until I'd started doing the Cambridge diet. And then you actually think, oh my goodness, this is actually what hungry feels like. Because before then, I'd even get an inkling of like, oh, I could eat something. I'd just stuff my face. So, yeah. So Cambridge, although it's good with the results, it's obviously got its negative sides. Calorie counting, the same. As long as you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. You are going to lose weight. And you can eat whatever you want doing a calorie deficit. Anything you want, within moderation. And that's where I struggle with it, because I'm an all or nothing kind of girl. I can't have stuff like pizza to the way that I want to eat pizza doing a calorie deficit diet. I just can't, because it's so high in calories, it's untrue, and I will literally just overindulge. So I'm not in a calorie deficit. And again, it's so easy to either miscalculate your calories of how much you're eating. You've got to weigh and measure everything. If you're cooking for the family, then you've got to make a big portion after you've weighed and measured everything before it's gone into the meal. Then you've got to take out your portion and weigh and measure it. So I was feeding the rest of the family, and then I was eating like half an hour afterwards, because obviously I had to weigh and measure absolutely everything of mine. Or a lot of the time, again, I couldn't be arsed doing all that, because it's such a faff. Yeah, you might get into a great routine. If you live by yourself or there's only a couple of you, fantastic. But when you're a family of 6, it makes it really, really difficult. Love the freedom and that you can eat whatever you want, but it comes with its own issues. So that was calorie counting. And then Slimming World. I'm on Slimming World now. I've done it in the past. I've had great results. But the past Andrea didn't know everything about calories. And I mean, this was like going on quite a long time ago, years and years and years ago. Didn't know about calories the way that I do now. All about your macros, your fibre, your protein, how different foods going into your body affects you differently and everything like that. I didn't know about that. So I just literally followed the plan as it said. Eat until you're full, 1/3 speed, weigh in all your healthy extras and, you know, everything like that. You've got your sins. And I stuck to it. I didn't get losses every single week. I sometimes gained for unknown reasons, or at least what I thought was unknown back then. Now, obviously, I know. But then I did manage to get 4 stone off, which was great. But I still wasn't at target then because I still had another 2 stone to go back then. I seem to gain 6 stone really easy, and then the 6 stone off is my like target weight. So I still wasn't at target then. And this week, I've really struggled with the diet because I've just been so bloody confused. And when I say that, it's because obviously I've got the other 2 diets in my head. I've got Cambridge and I've got calorie counting in my head while I'm doing Slimming World. And I'm trying to stick to Slimming World as it says. Eat until you're full, etc., etc. But I'm eating these foods like spaghetti bolognese, for example. Tons of speed food in my bolognese sauce. I'm having what I consider a normal amount of pasta, and then I'm filling up my third of my plate with a salad so that I'm not over consuming on my bolognese or I'm not over consuming on my pasta. However, as much as I'm doing this, because I've not weighed or measured it and I'm just looking at it, I'm thinking, how are you going to lose weight this week? How are you going to lose weight this week? Because you're having a really calorie dense evening meal. Yet for lunch, you've had jacket potato with cheese and beans. Again, all weighed, measured, everything like that with your healthy extras or anything that's been sinned, with a big salad. And then for my breakfast, I've had some bran flakes, which I know is really high in calories and you can have 50 grams of them. I've put yogurt on, fruit, and again, I'm within my sins and I've weighed and measured everything that I should do. But I know from doing calorie counting, yes, I've not weighed and measured all this lot. I know that my day's worth of food is probably around about 2,000 calories. Easy. My jacket spud alone would have been around about 700 calories. Because again, in the past, when I've weighed and measured my beans and my cheese and my potato and my salad and everything like that, I've eaten very similar to what I was eating when I was calorie counting. So then I'd have a really restrictive evening meal. Whereas I've not done that this time because I'm on Slimming World and I'm following the plan. And so I've just eaten until I'm full. And I know that I've eaten probably around about 2,000 calories that day. And that's like my maintenance calories. So how am I going to lose weight? I'm not going to lose weight. And yes, some days I might be a little bit under my calories if you weighed and measured everything on a Slimming World plan. But only probably by about, a couple of hundred. Not massive amounts because I eat very, very similar. I don't eat like red meat or anything like that. Love chicken and fish. Love vegetarian products, vegan products. Love them completely. And luckily a lot of them are free on Slimming World because it's the protein element. But again, I know they're highly calorific and I love my pasta and I love my rice and I love my potatoes. So a lot of my meals are based around those. So that is why I've been so confused. Because I know this past week, there is no chance I have been in a calorie deficit. And if I have, I've been in a calorie deficit by a couple of hundred, nothing that is going to make a dint on my weight loss. And this is the bit that I'm so confused about because I'm trying to do the plan. I'm only at 50% motivated as it is, but I'm trying to do the plan. And I know I'm eating these meals going, but you're over your calories. You're over your calories. You're over your calories. And I think that is what's giving me that I can't be arsed, because I'm just going round in circles, round in circles, round in circles. What to do for the best, what to do for the best, what to do for the best. Do I go back to Cambridge? Keep it easy, keep it simple, get the results, get to target, because I can maintain my weight. I've not got an issue with maintaining my weight. The way that I'm eating, I'm maintaining my weight. So, spoiler alert, I've got on the scales this Monday and I've maintained, which I'm not surprised about with what I've been eating. And again, not because I've been being bad. I haven't been being bad. I've not gone over my sins, yada, yada, yada. But I just know my free food that I've been eating isn't going to put me in a calorie deficit. And it obviously hasn't. So then it's like, do I go back to Cambridge? Do I get the results that I want? Because I want this frigging journey to be over with now. I need it to be over with. 10 years trying to get to target is long enough. It needs to be done and dusted. I need to get on with my life. I need to enjoy the weight that I am, which is my target weight of 11 stone. That is what I want to be. Obviously, I know I might have to tweak it when I get there to how I look and how I feel, etc. But I want to get there and then tweak whatever I need to, and it not become this massive ordeal of trying to get to target. I'm so fed up of being on this flipping merry-go-round, going round in circles, gaining, losing, losing a few stone, putting it back on, getting 4 stone off, putting it back on, going back to group, trying something new. What's going to work? I'm sick to death of it. I'm sick to death of it. And I think that is what is contributing to my I can't be arsed, because I was doing so well at the beginning of the year, so well. I was off, I was speeding away, target was in view, and then I flipping fell off the wagon, as you do. The wagon burst into flames, all the cake poured out of it, and I ate it all. And I'm so annoyed with myself that I let myself do that. Like, every single day I wake up and I'm like, I'm just so angry with myself. And I've only got myself to blame. Because I'm the only one that feeds me. Nobody feeds me, I feed me. So it's me. And that's what makes me even more angry. It's not even like I can push the blame onto someone else. I can't. So I'm just confused. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do for the best. I want to do Slimming World. I love my Slimming World group. I do love the plan. But as much as I love the plan, I don't want to go back to calorie counting it all either. I really don't, because then I'm getting rid of one problem and creating another one with bloody calorie counting everything. And especially when I'm in this mindset, I want a personal chef that can cook for me and portion it all, calorie count it all, stick to the Slimming World plan, but calorie count it all, and feed me, please. And guarantee me a weight loss every single week. Even if it's just £1 a week, as long as it's off, I'm happy. If it can be a little bit more, then I'd be happier. But I don't want, obviously, ridiculous weight losses of like £5 every single week, because then I'll create another problem for myself. But that's what I want. But that's never going to happen. Never going to happen. So then it just left down to, I'd say little old me, but I'm not as little as I used to be. Then it's just left to me. I'm the only one that can do it. But then I'm in this merry-go-round. Merry-go-round of dieting doom is the only way I can describe it. So again, apologies. I did tell you it's going to be very raw and honest, this vlog. It is. And I don't know if other people can relate to how I'm feeling. So the only other option that I can think of to try and help myself is to just keep things simple. Keep them bloody simple. I'm just going to make sure I am going to calorie count my breakfast. I think I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to calorie count my breakfast, but then stick with the Slimming World principles of the kind of foods that I'm eating. So I'm just going to have every morning my bran flakes, these high bran from Asda, because it's ridiculously high in fibre, which is great. Love it. have that. Have it with my gut health bio yogurt that I'm eating. Have it with that and blueberries. Obviously it's all going to be weighed and measured, and then I'm going to have that every single day over the week and try and keep things consistent. So then again, because I'll weigh it all out in advance, make it easy for me. I can just grab and go then for the rest of the week. I don't have to think about it because it's so easy. I don't have to put it through NutriCheck or anything like that because I know that's fine. I'm going to make a really big batch of the speedy soup, the tomato one where you put the tomatoes and the beans and the carrots in, and again split that up into 7 portions. So I'm going to have that all week. Again, I am going to calorie count it initially, but then all my portions are going to be the same. So again, after I've done that first day, I don't have to think about it again because I know I'm going to be okay. I'm going to weigh and measure my milk. That'll be calorie counted. I'll know how many calories it is. I'm going to have the same all week. I have sweeteners, so I don't have to worry about any sugar. And then my evening meals, I'm going to bulk cook a few evening meals. I'm going to obviously calorie count them. And again, I'm just going to portion them up, weigh and measure everything, portion them up, write it on the lid, shove it in the freezer. So all I have to do is pull it out of the freezer, microwave it, and stick a salad with it. That's all I'm going to have to do. So again, this is initially, I'm going to have to put in a little bit of work, but it's only going to be 1 day's worth rather than 7 days worth. And once I've done it, I know that I'm going to be okay grabbing whatever I grab because it's all going to be pre-calorie counted. It's all going to be on the Slimming World plan. It's all going to be easy and convenient for me. I'm even going to chop up all my salad and stuff like that so I can just throw that with it. And that's what I'm going to do. And then any snacks that I want, which I'm not a massive snacker, I'll throw in apples and stuff like that. I love an apple chopped up. It makes it nice and interesting for me. So yeah, that is my plan. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? That is the actual question. As I've said, only time will tell. Yay! More time. I've wasted 2 weeks. 3 weeks already. We're maintaining this week. So I've wasted 3 weeks. What have we got? 13 weigh-ins until Christmas? Yeah. Yeah, Wednesday it'll be 13 weeks till Christmas. Flipping heck. Anyway, that's my car confessions for this week. What's going on in the crazy world of Andrea. So anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you because I think I have verbally dumped my thoughts enough today. I don't want to make anyone feel as bad as I'm feeling right now or as confused. I'm not feeling bad. I'm just feeling really confused and really frustrated. I'm not feeling bad. Yeah, I'm just really frustrated, quite annoyed with myself still because I keep thinking of the past. And I'm just really confused what to do for the best, as you do. So anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. Please drop me a comment down below if you can relate or you have any advice. I am more than happy for any kind of advice. Even if you don't think I'm going to want to hear it, tell me it anyway, because it might just be the shake up, the wake up that I need. So yeah, please impart your wisdom upon me. I am more than a willing participant for it. But yeah, I hope you're having an amazing week in comparison to mine. And if I don't see you before, I will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and bye.